here we are once again, less than 2 weeks until the playoffs, and goaltending, the biggest area of concern for the Leafs. Dregs, we heard Mark Masters give the update earlier on in the broadcast. Matt Murray, no timetable for his return, dealing with that head injury. Joseph Woll gets the start tonight. What's the latest you're hearing around Matt Murray's situation?
Well, what we know is that he's dealing with symptoms, right? And the Toronto Maple Leafs, as has been proclaimed by the club, have gone out and said, look, it is a head injury, so we know that there are issues that Matt Murray has dealt with in the past. So the fact that he's familiar with this type of injury maybe bodes well, but it's unclear as to whether or not the extent of the symptoms he's dealing with are going to continue to linger. If in the days ahead here they lighten or they disappear entirely, well, maybe there's enough time between now and the end of the regular season for Matt Murray to play his way back into being part of the tandem with Samsonov to start the playoffs, but we don't know that yet.
I highly doubt that could happen, Dregs. It's unfortunate. All year long, I kept saying to myself, could this guy turn back the clock and be the goaltender that he was in Pittsburgh that helped lead them to 2 championships? And it just doesn't look like he can do that. He literally can't play. He can't stay healthy enough over a 2-game stretch or a 2-week span. His play wasn't good enough, and he just can't stay healthy. And unfortunately, in big league sports, you just have to move on from it. Joseph Woll is going to be the backup.
All right, turning over to John Tavares, though, because we know he's got 6 goals in his last 15 games. Just 1 5-on-5, though. The other 5 come on the power play. Is that a concern, in your opinion?
Well, it is a concern, and he's a guy that I would go to and say, what do you need moving forward to be ready for the playoffs? Because the power play stuff is good, but come playoff time, those power plays shrink up, and there's a lot of 5-on-5 play, and it's back and forth, and they need John Tavares to be a difference maker like all of their star players, and 5-on-5 happens a lot. So the power play stuff's good, but he's got to start delivering. So it's, how much rest do you need? Do you want to play leading up to the playoffs? What do you need to be at your best?
Rest versus rest, always a conversation. And frankly, we mentioned Johnny Tavares. 16 power play goals this season, leads the Leafs. Toronto, second best power play in the NHL. Obviously, Edmonton on a historic pace. But what makes the Leafs so potent with the man advantage?
There's a couple things they need to recognize when they're on the ice as far as making their power play successful. And really what it is understand that the penalty killers want to take away the time and space of all the players up top. Watch Detroit here, taking away Riley's time and space, Matthews' time and space, and watch Wallman. He already starts to cheat out to Nylander. So what does Morgan Riley do? He puts a shot on net. He sees that there's space in front of the net. Go back to the Nashville game. Everyone is focused on Austin Matthews. So where is the ice? The ice is in behind, underneath, close to the net. Mitch Marner does a really nice job of recognizing that. Makes this pass quickly onto the tape of John Tavares. It's in the back of the net. And understanding that if you shoot the puck, you can wear down penalty kills. One shot from Nylander, shot from Matthews. Now you have the penalty kill running around. What does that do? That opens up the seams, and now a shooting lane for Morgan Riley. And I love the one-timer from Morgan Riley. Something he needs to do more often. And as you can see there, John Tavares buries it. So a couple things that this group needs to understand. Emphasis on shooting the puck and understanding that the space, the room, is near the net.
All right, the Leafs will look to stay lethal on the power play tonight against Columbus. Just 6 regular season games remaining as they await a first-round matchup against the Tampa Bay Lightning.